मित्रों, आज सुबह से एक प्रमुख न्यूज़ चैनल ने एक समाचार दिया है कि 31 दिसंबर को इनकम टैक्स एपेलेट ट्राइब्यूनल, जो टैक्स विभाग की विवाद होते हैं उसकी अपील ट्राइब्यूनल है, उसने एक निर्णय दिया है। और उस निर्णय में विवादित विषय यह था कि बोफोर्स केस के किकबैक के एक रिसिपिएंट श्री विन चड्डा की इनकम टैक्स आयकर देने की कितनी जिम्मेवारी थी, विशेष रूप से उन कमीशंस के ऊपर जो उनको बोफोर्स केस में मिली या किकबैक्स के ऊपर। उनका कहना यह था कि जो किकबैक्स उन कंपनियों को मिले जो टैक्स हेवंस में रजिस्टर्ड थी, वो उनके खाते में नहीं जुड़ने चाहिए। और टैक्स ट्राइब्यूनल ने पूरी बहस सुनने के बाद, ये जुडिशियल अथॉरिटी है, एक न्यायिक संस्था है, इसमें एक जज सदस्य होते हैं और एक रेवेन्यू मेंबर होते हैं। उन्होंने अपना निर्णय दिया है और निर्णय में ये कहा, पूरा इतिहास इस केस का ट्रेस आउट करने के बाद, कि सरकारी नीति थी कि किसी बिचौलिए को पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, किकबैक नहीं मिलेंगे, उसका उल्लंघन किया गया। किकबैक्स मिले और जो किकबैक्स मिले और विशेष रूप से जो किकबैक एक विदेशी कंपनी एई सर्विसेज को मिले, वो इल्लीगल थे, सरकारी नीति के खिलाफ थे। और उसमें उस निर्णय ने स्पष्ट रूप से जितने भी लोगों को किकबैक्स मिले उसका इतिहास ट्रेस आउट किया। और शायद वो जो आमदनी थी उन किकबैक्स की वजह से उनको विन चड्डा के असेसमेंट में जोड़ा। विन चड्डा तो इस दुनिया में नहीं है, इसलिए उनके पुत्र उनकी असेसमेंट को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे थे। कैसे एई सर्विसेज का सौदा कॉथरोची के साथ हुआ, किस प्रकार से उनको लाया गया इसमें, और इन किकबैक्स के ऊपर टैक्स देने की अब आवश्यकता है। उन्होंने टैक्स डिमांड डिटरमिन की है। नाउ अ स्ट्रेंज सिचुएशन हैज बीन क्रिएटेड। ऑन वन हैंड यू हैड द सीबीआई, which after a detailed investigation took up a position that no bribes or kickbacks have been paid and has closed the case. You now have the revenue wing of the government through its highest appellate authority taking a view that kickbacks and bribes have been paid and income tax is payable on them. So clearly, the entire fraud which was perpetuated on this country by CBI at the behest of its political masters in the Congress party stands unraveled. no order or decision which is perpetuated by a fraud of this kind can be allowed to stand. How can this country have a situation where the criminal investigative agency says there are no kickbacks, and the highest revenue agency says tax is payable on these kickbacks? And not only is tax payable, they name all the companies, Svenska, AE Services, and the fact that these companies are represented by Vin Chadda, by Kotorochi, the entire evidence in detail is mentioned in this 140-page order. This is the discovery of truth by default. This is the power of truth. We've always believed that truth has a very uncanny and inconvenient habit of coming out. The more you suppress it, the more it comes out. Truth also is very tenacious. You can't keep it out for very long. After this judicial order, this is a judicial order, well, the CBI has nowhere even to hide its face. They didn't register an FIR, they were reluctant to file charge sheets unless compelled at some stages by the circumstances. They didn't file appeals against unlawful orders. They got the accounts defrozen. This was not merely a case of bribery. It is now established by this judicial order. Bribery was accompanied by a huge cover-up operation, which has almost lasted 2.5 decades. Nobody has still answered the question which this order raises, and we've been asking this again and again. In the year 1986, why was Mr. Kotorochi paid this money? Ironically, for Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, this is a timely reminder that this country doesn't need 5 points to fight corruption. You only need 1 point to fight corruption. Start sending those guilty of corruption to jail. It will act as a deterrent. And don't cover up. This message to her that don't cover up should be loud and clear. This is the 1 point you require on corruption. You don't require 5 points on corruption. Even for the Prime Minister, one can only say that problems don't come alone. It's added to the problems that he's already facing. This so-called innocent offer of appearing before the PAC isn't an answer to corruption. If this offer has not convinced his number two in the government, it surely can't convince the opposition or the nation. What is then the answer to this huge contradiction wherein the investigative agency says that no kickbacks have been paid, and the revenue agency says that we'll charge tax on this kickbacks or bribes? It's not a simple disconnect. It was a colossal fraud, and as I said, fraud unravels everything else. After this order, you need to reopen the criminal matter. And the CBI surely can't be trusted with it. If on much lesser issues, we can have the SITs, there is no better case to have an SIT to reinvestigate this matter, which was closed because of a fraud, than this case. Thank you.